So, what does a full turn look like in my U.S. Plains War game? Let me show you step by step by using real examples. Each turn is built around command and control, using command confidence tokens, alternating activations, and quick, decisive actions. Everything you're about to see happens in a single turn. And I just want to let you know, I'm just using this to show you an example of a game turn. This is not the actual game table size. The actual table size for a game of sword and the Tomahawk is 2 feet by 3 feet. This is just, for the sake of showing you the demonstration. So the very first step in a turn, you're going to roll 1d6 for every leader that you have on the table. So that means your officer, your chief, and any sub-chief, and any NCOs that you're going to have on the table. But for the sake of doing this demonstration, I am just going to roll for the officer and the chief. So, for every 4 up that I roll, 4 or higher, I get a command confidence token. So I'll roll a dice for him, he doesn't get one, and I roll a dice for him, and he will get one. Now, so here I gain a command confidence token, and that represents how well my forces are responding to orders. They will be spent throughout the turn, and I will get into that later. So step 2, priority. To play with the most command confidence tokens takes priority. If there's a tie, there's a tie, both players roll, and the highest die roll wins priority. So cavalry would take priority. He has a 6, he has a 5. Now keep in mind, this is only done on turn 1. After that, any other turns, if there's a tie, whoever had it last will not be able, let's say the cavalry has it on this turn, next turn is a tie, it automatically goes to the player who did not have priority last turn. So keep that in mind. Now, to play with priority has a choice. He can act first or pass. If I pass, my opponent goes first, and I gain 1 more command confidence token. So a pass gives me more resources, but I lose tempo. Now we begin alternating activations, starting with the player who has 1 priority. Players take turns activating 1 unit at a time. Each unit can only activate once per turn. So now I get to move, or I get to activate my cavalry unit. But before doing anything, I have to declare the action. And in this case, I'm going to move a little and then fire. So I'm going to make 2 minor actions. Now, before a unit can activate, I either have to spend a command confidence token or I need to do a spirit test. In this case, let's say I don't have any command confidence tokens and I need to do a spirit test. So they pass on a 7. If I get a 7 or higher, they get to move and fire. and I will not move and fire on this turn. But let's say if they did, I would just take one action to move, and then after I take my one action, then I could shoot. Or I could have just stayed there and just aimed and fired. So let's say I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dudes shooting back at the Apaches. I would pick up 6 dice. Hopefully you can see the 6 dice. Well, I'm going to roll them right here where you can see them. And for every 4 up, you will score a hit. And I only got 2, a 4, and a 5. So 2 hits. They're going to make their dodge a bullet roll saves. Basically, that's your armor save or whatever it is. I'm going to do a video on that later. But that's the second activation. Now here is where command confidence tokens really matter. I could spend 2 command tokens to push beyond limits. That lets this unit perform 1 additional minor action. So I could spend these 2 tokens, and then they could move. Okay, move here, maybe they could see these dudes. Then they could shoot, and then I could scoot back or scoot closer, depending on what you want to do. But spending these 2 tokens allow you to do that. All right. This extra action cannot be used to fire or fight, but it's great for movement and positioning. Players continue alternating activations like this, 1 unit at a time, until every unit has activated. What this creates is a really fluid back and forth, where positioning, timing, and resource use all matters. Once all units have been activated, the turn ends, and any remaining command confidence tokens are removed, and a new turn begins. What I like about this system is that turns are fast, but still full of decisions. You're constantly choosing between acting now or building up resources for later. Right now, the terrain is pretty basic, but in the next video, I'll show you how I'm building a proper battlefield and how that changes the game. On that note, I'll see you guys on the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and take care, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one.